Provides a little cover, but no real change.
The nation's coronavirus hotspots are setting new records again. Florida and Texas both recorded over 5,000 new cases of the respiratory illness in the past day. Texas Governor Greg Abbott says the state is dealing with a massive outbreak. North Carolina, the latest state to require folks to wear masks. You're listening to USA Radio News.
Balance of Nature, changing the world one life at a time.
I've had a lot of really great days back to back, which has been a huge blessing. Even my doctor told me, because they asked me to bring everything in that I take on a daily basis, he was very encouraged by seeing what I was taking, and he said he didn't care how many I had. You know, he said it's food. And the form that it's in was something that he was very, because he's an avid learner, and he's always researching, and he's always excited to see new things. And he told me this would be good. This will help you immensely with the nutrition that you need.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Start your journey to better health today by calling 1-800-2468-751 or by going to balanceofnature.com. And make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code USA.
North Korea's changing course, as we hear from USA Radio Network's Chris Barnes in Washington.
After weeks of ratcheting up tensions on the Korean peninsula, North Korea has taken a step back with a Wednesday announcement in state-run media that leader Kim Jong-un has called off his military plans against South Korea. At a meeting that was chaired by Kim, the report says military officials, quote, took stock of the prevailing situation, suspending the military action plans against the South. Mention of the North Korean leader's appearance at an official meeting was the first in almost 2 weeks, marking the first time that he has publicly weighed in on that brewing conflict with South Korea, as his sister, Kim Yo-jong, had been the public face of the North Korean bellicose turn towards its southern neighbor.
Attorney General Bill Barr will testify before Congress next month. The Attorney General accepting an invitation to appear before the House Judiciary Committee on July 28th. This is USA Radio News.
Working from home? I'm Chad Dodd, veterinarian and consultant to Limp Bells. Here are some tips for keeping your dog fit while staying at home. Find 15 minutes twice a day and walk your pet at a decent pace around your place. Play hide and seek by hiding some kibble or favorite toys and letting your dog find them. If you have stairs and your dog is mobile, walk up and down twice a day for 5 to 10 minutes. Or better yet, try a power walk on your terrace or backyard for some fresh air. There are more helpful pet care tips at youmove.com, spelled YOUMOVE.com.
Arkansas Republican Senator Tom Cotton believes that there should be legal consequences for mob violence against historic statues in the United States. Cotton adding the defacers of the Andrew Jackson Memorial videotaped themselves committing the crime and posted it on social media.
These aren't exactly criminal masterminds, Brian. They videotape themselves, they post it on social media. The Department of Justice and the FBI should investigate them, arrest them, and prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law. There has to be legal consequences for this kind of mob violence. Otherwise, it's only going to get worse with every passing day.
Cotton speaking there on Fox News. A 4th of July tradition will move forward this year. USA Radio Network's Kenneth Burns reports.
The Macy's 4th of July fireworks show will move forward this year, but there will be a twist.
It will not be like the past where there's one big giant show. We do not want a lot of people out watching. There's not going to be a single focal point. In fact, we're only going to let out information about specific points very close to the actual moment when these shows happen. It's going to be a series of shows, only 5 minutes each.
That's New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio. He says there will be 5 shows, one for each of the boroughs in New York City, starting June 29th, culminating with a nationally televised finale on Independence Day. The short shows are being done in the interest of social distancing.
For more news, find us online at usaradio.com. Check us out on Facebook as well at USA Radio. For USA Radio News, I'm Tim Berg.
The following is an America Matters media production. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the station or its advertisers, although we think they should. But that's the opinion of America Matters Media.
And welcome welcome to this week's episode of City Talk with About Town Deb, and I'm your host, Debbie McCarthy, and we're a production of America Matters Media, the home of quality conversation, and we will be conversating here. You can find us on the web at americamatters.us, that's americamatters.us, and on Facebook at facebook.com/About Town Deb. We're also on America Matters on their YouTube channel. And you can call us toll free at 844-790-TALK, TALK. That's 844-790-8255. And be sure to chime in on the watch parties. And Georgia is going to be manning one of the watch parties at least. So Jazzy George is at home. And as you can see, I'm not in the studio. So I have a new best friend. I'm just going to try to find my new best friend to show you. This is my new best friend. It is a heating pad, which is my new best friend since Sunday night. No, actually, I didn't have it Sunday night. I had to call my neighbor when he was taking out the trash on Monday morning and say, help. And then I'm like yelling out the doors. He's taking out the trash, like, I need help. And he's like, what? He's never been in my house before. I'm like, I hate to ask you this really strange question, but can you plug in my heating pad in my phone charger? And he's like, okay. Like, what's wrong? I'm like, I can't walk. So I managed to get into the room and he plugged it in, and then my son went and got my pain pills and picked up everything I dropped over because I couldn't pick it up. Like, Joy, there's a pen there and there's that there. Can you get me water? Anyway, thank goodness for kids and thank goodness for great neighbors. So today I am About Town Deb, Couch Deb, and I've been that way for a while. But so it'll teach me a lesson. I thought I was Miss Rock and Roll by getting fit and walking, and I thought I'm like going to walk farther and farther, but not once did I stretch for like 8 weeks, not before or after. So Sunday I decided, I'm like, I'm getting a little sore the last few days. It kind of hurts a little bit. Why? I should like only walk a few miles. No, I decided Sunday to walk the most I've ever walked, up and down hills. So I must have overdone it and whatever. So now I'm suffering. But I'm grateful to be able to sit up on the couch today. That's a good thing. So anyway, we got a really good show today. We have the most amazing women and men in Reno, but I have two of my favorite gals. We have Jackie's up on the top on my screen on the left, Jackie Shelton. Jackie is a board member, and I want to say this right,
It's Cordillera.
Cordillera. So Jackie is one of the board members, and we have Emily Skyle Golden is the founder and executive director of the Cordelia. I try to say it 10 times. Cordillera International Film Festival. And she's also a writer, producer, is a news anchor, movie star, personality, volunteer, radio. She has done it all. And later on the show, she's going to share about what she's been doing on her day 97. We'll go into that. But Jackie is not only the board member. Jackie's got some cool stuff. She's the vice president of public relations for the Estepona Group, and she handles all their strategic communications and event planning. And also, they've got this amazing site, Just the Positive.
Yes.
So these two women here, if you want to know anybody who's positive, they are. And they surround themselves with positive people. And I remember when Emily first moved to Reno, we were at Chapel, I think, maybe when I first met her. And she's like coming in and she's like, I just want to know everything. And she just like was ready to jump in and support her community and who could she help and what could she do? And she just did that. She like jumped in. And now who'd have thought we have a film festival in Reno, Nevada? Like she just jumped and went over the ledge. And like you said, and then with Jackie, if you ever want to know how to have fun and throw parties and wear cool costumes, Jackie's that girl. So is Emily too, I got to say. Maybe that's why she's on the board. They both work really well together. So we're going to be talking about movies in the park, but not in the park. We're going to be drive-in movies now, and a little bit about the film festival. That's all going to be happening. And normally, I like to say a little bit about what I have been doing. Reno Restaurant Week. We had Cherie on for 2 weeks in a row. This is the last night of it. So if you are wanting to order food in, or if you want to have it delivered, or if you feel like you want to go to a restaurant, go to their Reno Food Week or Hungry in Reno, and you still have one chance to go. And plus, when it's over, keep going, because we need to support our local restaurants. The other thing I'm really excited about is, I have a feeling, I wonder if I got a notice, I think 2 minutes. So I'm going to be quick on that. Then we're going to come back and we're going to dig into drive-in movies and more. So Heroes Night In, Danny, who is the founder of myhometownheroes.org. I have this little brochure here for everybody. This is really cool. It just started. It's going to go through the end of August, and we'll talk a little bit more about it. But you have a variety of places, I'll chat later, where you could just go at your leisure, or you could order in, and there's specials. Like if you go to Squeeze In, you get a 25-cent mimosa. Who doesn't like that? And you get a buy one burger, get one burger free of equal value at Granite Street. So there's more specials, and it's really great. And I love how our community just keeps like, what can we do? What can we do? So this is a way that you could go on and you could get this for $40, and that $40 will get you all these discounts. Your discounts are way more than your $40, and it's a donation for that goes into a scholarship for cancer, young adults who've had brain surgery and it helps them go to college, help pay their stuff. So Hometown Heroes, so check them out. So it's about time for break. So we're going to be taking that break, and it is City Talk with About Town. When we come back, we're going to be talking about drive-in movies. I bet you have some memories. So hang tight. It's About Town Deb. We'll be right back with City Talk.
Hi, this is Eddie Floyd. Let me tell you about my favorite nonprofit public charity, Wainema Wild Horse Sanctuary, located on the Forsyth Ranch in Hallelujah Junction area. And please go to www.wainemaranch.com. That's WYNEMA ranch.com.
1 in 3 adults in America have prediabetes, but most don't know it. To let people know it can be reversed before it becomes type 2 diabetes, professional basketball player Julius Randle is doing everything in reverse.
I'm only dunking with reverse windmills. I drove the whole way to practice in reverse. I don't recommend it. This move's called the reverse shuffle. I do recommend it. And it took me months to learn how to speak in reverse, like this. Years 10 almost for diabetes type 2 with living Ben has mom my. In other words, my mom has been living with type 2 diabetes for almost 10 years. So together, we want to say to the 84 million Americans at risk, exercise and healthy eating can help reverse prediabetes. Start by taking a simple 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Bet he can't say that in reverse.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Veterans Outreach is a program sponsored by nonprofit Assistance League Reno Sparks, supports homeless veterans and their families. Working with the Homeless Veterans Project, the VA Hospital, homebound veterans, and women veterans, they provide warm coats, bus passes, housewares, bedding, baby items, and other essentials. These services are funded through sales at the Assistance League Thrift Shop, 1701 Vassar Street in Reno. Open 10 to 4, Monday through Saturday.
This is America Matters Media on AM 1180 KCKQ, a Lotus broadcast station. The power of radio since 1967.
And when she knows what
Are you shy and don't want to talk on the air? Text us your questions or comments to 775-237-2266. Now back to the show.
And welcome back to the second segment of City Talk, and I'm About Town Deb. So we're in Reno, Nevada, for those of you who are watching from all over the place. And in Reno, Nevada, the month of July, which is coming up, is a pretty big deal. It is Art Town, Art Month, and all of that. So I'm going to start with Emily, because during Art Town and Art Month, you guys do a lot with movies and art. So tell me what you did before and how you're shifting it during this whole pandemic.
Well, Cordillera was trusted with the Art Town Legacy event called Movies in the Park. And traditionally, it is done every Friday night in July at Wingfield Park. It's downtown, under the stars, at the amphitheater. It's, with the river flowing by you on both sides. And it's a really amazing event. But obviously, because of everything going on right now, we had to pivot. We didn't want to fail because it's the event's 25th anniversary, which is really exciting. So we wanted to honor that, of course. So we pivoted, and we were able to partner with the West Wind El Rancho Drive-In, which is providing.
And so where is that? Is that in Sparks or Reno?
It is in Sparks.
Okay.
It's technically in Sparks, but it's right off the freeway. So it really.
Right on that border.
Yeah, it really feels, it's right on the border, and it's right off of Audi and right off of 395 there. So it's been an exciting opportunity for us to partner with them and continue the tradition. And most importantly, as an organization, Movies in the Park has always been free. It's been something where people could go with their families. They get free popcorn, at least for the last few years, the free popcorn part. And so Cordillera decided that it was important to continue that tradition. And so we are offering free car passes, one free car pass per family. And they'll also get some popcorn when they come in. So it's something we're super, super excited about.
And yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say, and Jackie has actually been going to Movies in the Park for 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I have been going to Movies in the Park since before I had kids, and they're all grown and out of the house now. So that's kind of one of the way I mark that. And it is a fantastic event. And the best part, and we can't really do that this year, but it's like being able to walk around the park and talk to people before the show starts, and then you wrap yourself in a blanket, and it gets cold. One of the best things about Reno, it still gets cold at night in the summer, and wrap yourself up and watch a movie together. And it's really fun. And Emily and other members of our board have done a fantastic job of pivoting and making it so that we can still have this event. And 300 cars, so 300 cars worth of people will be able to go do this for free.
When you think about that's a lot of people, because you can get as many as you could, like when I remember being a kid, and our parents would put as many of our friends in the car for whatever it was. We would all cram in it, and we'd open the back of a pickup or something, or in a van, and park it this way and open the doors. It was so much fun.
Yeah, whoever's in your germ bubble, stash them in your car and go, and bring the kids. I think. Well, maybe Anchorman, maybe not kid friendly, but
yeah, I wouldn't say any of our films except for Goonies is necessarily kid friendly, but the movies also start at 9:00 at night. So
okay, so
it's a family decision. They know the titles. If you think Con Air is a safe film for your little ones, then by all means bring them. So we certainly they're classic films, so we're all pretty used to them. We know what's in them.
That's what you usually see, though, is the smaller kids will be asleep about 10 minutes after the movie starts. So, yeah.
So, like when you get do you get the popcorn when you drive in, or how is that going to work? So you could bring your own.
Well, you can. We encourage people to actually not bring their own stuff so that they can support West Wind, since they've been such an amazing partner to us.
Awesome.
But of course, people shall do what they want to do, and that is totally fine with me.
But I think that's great.
Yeah, when you arrive, you'll receive a coupon, and when you go up to the concession stand, we wanted to make sure it was as clean and sanitary as of a process as possible, so there weren't volunteer fingers on everything. So they pick it up when they get there, and it's a great chance to see it's a great chance to see classic films, but we'll also be showing short independent films that are kind of thematically tied with the classic film that you're going to see. And it serves as kind of an aperitif into what you can expect with the 4-day Film Festival that'll be coming up the 23rd through the 26th, which is the Cordillera International Film Festival. And it's a great way to really combine, short movies are made by filmmakers who were inspired by these classic films. So it's a gorgeous way to tie in the new up-and-coming emerging filmmakers with some classics that brought all of us together in front of the television screen or in front of the movie screen.
And that's one of the things I didn't understand the first year that Cordillera took this over. I think that was 3 years ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we would watch the shorts before the movie, and it's like, oh my God, that was amazing. Where did it come from? Why is it here, and why am I watching it? And I was probably talking when they explained that part. So but then when I attended the film festival last year and got to see all these amazing films and meet these filmmakers and see that kind of quality. And again, like you said, that Emily brought this film festival to Reno is incredible. And that we have access to these films that a lot of people don't, because these are on the circuit. They're on the film festival circuit. So it's not like you can go YouTube it and watch it.
Yeah. Which is really cool. And, the quality of the short films, it was the first time that I went last time with Emily, and you guys were there. And I sat there in awe of each short film, because you don't realize how much, there's so much that goes into it, but how they can take their story and condense it into, how many minutes is it normally? Is there under certain minutes for a short film?
So for an Oscar qualified film, it could be up to 40 minutes, but your average film festival short film, comedies hit 7 to 10 minutes, dramas 10 to 20, and documentaries like 12 to 15. That's not a formula, but they range generally 20 minutes or less.
But if you think about how that's hard to do. Yeah. With all those components, with the actors and the props and the locations and making it happen. But Emily, you have made quite a splash with yours. So feel free to share a little bit about one of your favorite ones that you were so honored that that you got to include a lot of Reno people.
Yeah, my most recent one, my very first one was Dear George, and it was a casting crew of about 350 people. We shut down an airport terminal. We filmed inside of an actual airplane, so it was a really big one to take a big bite out of and try. But my most recent one was 10 Syllables, and that's the one that got quite a bit of acclaim. We were selected. We were one of 7 short narrative films to premiere at the American Pavilion Emerging Showcase at Cannes. Cannes being one of the most prestigious film festivals in the world. So that was pretty life-changing, and it was kind of incredible to get to represent Nevada, and especially Reno. People watch my films, and they don't realize, wait, you're near mountains? Like, they expect us to be in the desert with, one miscellaneous motel with a crooked sign and neon. They're not expecting the sophisticated, beautiful city that Reno is. So which was just a huge motivator from being a filmmaker to wanting to run a festival. Because I thought if they would come here, if filmmakers would see what we have to offer, maybe they start making their films here. And that has been happening. We've had major projects come here, which is super exciting. And I won't pretend that Cordillera was the sole reason by any means. But, I'll take I have 1/1000th of the claim.
I want to say you're a little bit more than 1,000th of the claim, because honestly, Emily, that's a huge undertaking to make that happen. And, I'm sure a lot of people thought, how can that even happen? Come on. But like I say, when you came to town like a flash of bright light, and you're just like, let's rock and roll Reno. And it's just incredible that you've done that. So with the movies, does it, like, do you go early? Can you go early and the movie start at, is it 8 o'clock and the movie start at 9? Do you have time to get your food and maybe chat? Well, we can't really, you're in your car, so you can't do a lot of your social distancing. So you're with your peeps, as Jackie said, you're in your bubble with your peeps. So that when you walk to the stand, you wear your mask when you go to get your goodies in.
Yeah. So the gates open at 8 o'clock. The films will start at around 9. We're very fortunate. We have Bill Pierce is our partnering sponsor. Yeah. So they're our presenting sponsor for the entire festival. So there'll be a huge part of Movies in the Park. So we may have some fun surprises in store concerning that. Yeah. So we're super excited. So you get there, be social. You can roll down your window. You're 6 feet apart. Keep your mask on. Probably try to park next to a friend, maybe. I feel like
That would be great to do that. I think that would be a lot of fun. I'm kind of glad because at least when I go, I'll have to see if I can get somebody that has a nice cushy car, because it's coming up. It's coming up when, this weekend? Is the first one this weekend, or is it
July 3rd?
No, July 3rd. Okay.
July 3rd is the first one.
Okay, so it's like coming up.
Next
And
weekend.
there's only a limited number, right? So you need to pre-purchase these ahead. Just don't show up.
Yeah, and they don't have to purchase. They just have to RSVP.
Oh.
It's completely free. And
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
saying in the beginning, it was really important to us to keep the tradition of free. We'll accept donations if anyone wants to offer one, but it's just not necessary. We just want to bring and keep this amazing Art Town Legacy event alive. It's super important to us.
Oh, I love it. And we're going to go to break pretty soon. But while we're on break, I was wondering if any of you guys, or if you're listening, I was wondering if you guys know when and where was the first movie theater. The first movie theater, not the very first one, but the first one that was actually established, that was patented, the first drive-in, when it opened and where it was opened. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I thought I would do a little research. So
the first drive-in, not the
it's a
first theater.
drive-in.
The first drive-in.
Yeah. When was first drive-in movie theater and where? I remember it was way before our time, but anyway, so we are gonna be taking another quick break. And so we want your feedback. So if you're on Facebook, I'm sorry, I can't see Facebook right now. So Jazzy Georgia or Eric, who's ever on there, please let us know and text us or somehow let us know. Or if you see somebody, we just want to know. So we'll be right back at City Talk with About Town Deb.
Home at Last opens doors to family, to freedom, to finally making it yours. Home at Last, a program of the Nevada Rural Housing Authority, opens doors to rural home buyers with incomes of up to $135,000, providing down payment assistance of more than $22,000, plus access to our exclusive pet adoption program. From Gardnerville to Fernley to Carson City and even Sparks, rural happens here in every county in Nevada. Learn more at homeatlastnv.org.
At A Proper Fit Footwear in the Reno Town Mall, we've been accomplishing happy feet for over 30 years.
We offer a various range of shoe styles and sizes for both men and women. From all-season shoes and orthotics to work boots and safety shoes, our professional and reliable staff possesses the knowledge to help you find the proper shoes to fit your needs. Hard to fit? Hard to find?
A Proper Fit Footwear is here to give our customers happy feet. We make people aware of potential foot problems as we're sizing their feet, suggesting the right arch support, and guiding them to the proper shoes for their needs.
Stop by A Proper Fit Footwear at 4001 South Virginia Street in the Reno Town Mall today, and allow the owner Mike Jones and our fabulous staff to find the perfect pair of shoes tailored to your specific needs.
A Proper Fit Footwear in the Reno Town Mall, the home of happy feet, where comfort and your feet meet.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, please, have a seat. So here's the thing. When this company brought you on, we took a chance on you. You didn't have that 4-year college degree we typically look for.
Right.
But we gave you a shot anyway. And since then, you've worked incredibly hard and given it your all.
Thanks.
You've been an important asset to the team, but I don't think you can be an intern here anymore. We want to hire you.
You're serious?
Absolutely.
Find your next great employee. Introduce yourself to the Grads of Life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
I won't let you down.
I know.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Hundo P. Hundo P. Adjective. Short for being 100% sure or certain. As in, if we get a puppy, I'll Hundo P always walk it.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Getting to know you.
Let me tell you about America Matters with Eddie Floyd. It comes on every Monday at noon. Don't want you to miss it. That's America Matters with Eddie Floyd.
Want to expand your advertising dollar? Sponsor this or any America Matters program by calling 775-827-8900, extension 2. Now back to the show.
And we're back for the third segment of City Talk with About Town Deb. And as I mentioned in the beginning, we'd love to have you join this party since I am About Town Deb, my town, your town, any town, let's connect, which I'm not connecting very good with this back. I'm moving too much. So we'd love you to feel free to call in 844-790-TALK. And also if you're on Facebook at Jazzy Georgia, if you are manning it, please text me. So the answer, let's go back to that question. So Jackie, you have a guess?
Somewhere in Texas in the 50s.
Okay, Emily?
I'm going to go somewhere on the East Coast, but I think it was closer in the 40s or late 30s.
Ah, okay.
Like New Hampshire, I don't know, someplace out there with a lot of land.
Wow.
Connecticut.
You were close. Okay. The first one as early as the 1910. Hold on, that was when they started them. The first Patton Drive-In was opened on June 6, 1933 by Richard Hollingshead in New Jersey.
Oh, Jersey.
Oh, Jersey.
Oh, so you had the new, right? And so he said, you got good. He said he created it as a solution for people unable to comfortably fit into smaller movie theater seats after creating a mini drive-in for his mother. Appealing to families, Hollingshead advertised his drive-in as a place where the whole family is welcome, regardless of how noisy the children are. So that's how it started.
Well, and that's still true.
It's still true.
In the car, they can actually talk.
And think about it. The movie theater is like, and and kids are doing stuff, and now you can, and if you get tired, you just go to sleep and you wear your, I just loved putting on PJs and going, as a kid, that was the coolest thing, to have your PJs on and to be at a drive-in and, see other, like you said, see other neighbors that and we actually have movie night on every other Saturday night. It's like a drive-in movie, and right next door, they have a little granddaughter, and they put up this cool white paper on the garage door, and they have a movie screen thing, and everybody parks their lawn chairs outside, and the little gal, Peyton, puts up a little stand, and she sells rocks and popcorn. And so we all, they have a bell they ring, so we all go out and we sit out there. We all have our PJs on and our robes, and the sprinklers go off and hit us, and it's fun. So I love the memory of a drive-in. So I'm so grateful that you guys are bringing that back. So I'm very, very excited about that. So I'm going to throw it over to Jackie. I thought it would be interesting to have one of your board members give you some questions and see how you're on top of all your own information. So Jackie, I'm going to let you throw some zingers at her.
All right.
I don't know if they're zingers, but challenges.
Oh, there's zingers from you, I'm sure.
Well, I was just, like I said, I've been going to this event for the whole time. And I never put much of a thought into how the movies were selected. And it was just and honestly didn't care. I loved the whole movies in the park. Didn't really matter to me what the movie was. Now that I'm on the board, I know the thought that goes into it. And I just thought, Emily, tell us well, first we need to talk about what the movies are. And also how they're selected. Why are we watching Con Air?
So the movies themselves, generally we pick a theme. We try to find films that are celebrating the 20th year or 25th year, and we go on a theme for all 4 Fridays to keep it themed. This year we had a little more freedom with the changes, moving to the drive-in. We were picking a little bit later, and we have an incredible grand jury, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Ooh. So we decided it might be interesting to try to find titles that were available that people from our grand jury had been part of, which was pretty easy to do because if you think of an action film or a huge hit, Driving Miss Daisy, Last of the Mohicans, Con Air, Die Hard with a Vengeance, and there's so many, Expendables, chances are someone from that film, producer, director, cast, is on our grand jury. And so this year we thought, it'd be super fun is just to pick some fun movies that we're semi-affiliated with or maybe not. And so we were a little looser with the selection process than we normally are this year, but for some pretty fun surprises.
Which now I'll get completely distracted by the grand jury. So remind me to come back to that.
No, I'm going to remind you because I want to know what the darn grand jury is. So go ahead.
And when we come back to it, that's why this film festival is so amazing. I mean, there's many reasons why. But that grand jury, because filmmakers want their movies seen by these people. These are incredible people. And so they'll submit when they might not be, in a global pandemic, economic crash. They're still submitting. We actually almost doubled our entries from last year, which is extraordinary in this time. Okay, but films. Let's go back to the movies. Okay, so we're going to see Con Air on July 3rd.
I will add this caveat. We may see Con Air. If we can, we may be switching to Die Hard with a Vengeance. And we're going to know in just the next few days. And there is an incredibly amazing reason why that may happen. And I think people will be very, very excited to hear why. So Jackie didn't even know that. We literally found this out about 2 hours ago.
Yay!
So, we'll see. If it doesn't happen, Con Air is still amazing, and we'll still have some pretty cool surprises with it.
I trust you. Anytime Emily says, okay, we were going to do this, and now we're going to do this, there's always an extraordinary reason.
Yeah.
Oh, and Die Hard. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we going to see Goonies on July 10th?
Yes.
Okay. And why? What do you love about Goonies?
So I wanted to pick a film that inspired me as a kid. The very first narrative story I ever wrote was me trying to write a sequel to Goonies, except it was set in a small Alaskan village from my childhood, and it is really bad. But it started my narrative journey, and it was really inspirational for me. I loved the nerdy, the building, the trinkets, the gadgets, the inventions. That fed my nerdy side of my brain. I channeled the chubby elements of one of the characters. It was just such an inspirational film, and it was such a journey movie where kids were the smart ones saving the adults. And so it was a really new thing for me when I was younger. So I was an advocate for that film. Nate Ashley is a huge participant in the selection process. In fact, he generally makes the selections, and I go, yay, I love him. So.
And then, and obviously, it's funny, I have no DVDs in this house anymore. We've been organizing like crazy lately, and I found Goonies. So, cool. That's a one that popped up. But the one for July 17th, I will admit to being one of my all-time favorite movies. So, Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, Stay Classy, San Diego.
Yeah, we have interesting connection with that film. Again, surprises that I'm not allowed to share. But we're very excited. Again, one of my favorite films as well. I used to do news, so there's a special memories and a lot of good laughter. Of course, I never worked in an environment like that in any way, shape, or form. But I don't want to make any of my old producers mad at me. But it's such a fun film filled with really a platform for a lot of careers that took off.
Right. Yeah. And then, so July 24th, and this is always the one that's, because people don't know what these movies are, but that's the best night, because that's the night that kicks off the film festival. And what did we get to see on the 24th?
So on the 24th, Jackie already mentioned that we doubled our submissions. I'm going to give just a little bit of history and try not to take too long, but the very first year Cordillera was in charge of programming short films before the features, we played a small film called One Small Step. We played it in July. Very few people knew about the film. It had never been online. It had only been seen at a few film festivals. In February, when the Oscars came around, it was shortlisted for an Oscar. a film that went on for an Oscar nomination was seen and premiered in Nevada, had a Nevada premiere with Cordillera at Movies in the Park. We have continued that tradition and are going to continue it. And it's incredibly exciting. This year, we have generally I have about 5 films at that level that I think I see them and go, oh, this is gonna win all the things. This year, based on our grand jury, the reputation we've started earning as our programming overall, and the announcement of our programmers, which is Judd Taylor. He's done Tribeca. He's incredible. And then Paul Sloop, who programs the Academy Qualifying Film Festival, Cleveland International Film Festival, and consults and also with Pittsburgh Shorts and several others. They get access to some of the best films in the world, and they're coming to Reno now. So I would say we have almost 30 films in our program that are either already Oscar qualified, made by previous Oscar nominees or winners, or are on their way, and incredible films. I mean, I could predict 5 that I think could win, and you're going to get to see them in Reno. And if you don't like a short film, best part, it's done soon. And then you watch a comedy or whatever the next one is.
So it's almost time for break. So when we come back, let's finish that up. And we still got to talk about the grand jury, because I'm still we don't want to forget that.
Well, yeah, we need to talk about the film festival itself, and the Friday night movies is a big part of that.
Got it. Okay, so it's that time again. We're going to take another break, and then when we come back, we're going to continue this conversation, because there's lots of tidbits we don't know yet. And be sure to like my About Town Deb page. Remember, we're also heard on the air at 1180. And we're going to take a break, so hang tight. It is About Town Deb with City Talk. We'll be right back.
So here's the choice. Some people say the USA is finished. It's evil, a has-been, full of hate and injustice. The U.S. Constitution should be trashed and the Bill of Rights abolished. No free speech, no gun ownership. Competition and free markets are bad. We're all too stupid. For our own good, the government must own everything and know all your secrets.
Other people say that America has created the freest, richest, happiest, most generous society that has ever existed in the world. That's why millions of people are desperate to come here and escape their brutal lives in Cuba, Venezuela, North Korea, and 100 other countries.
In America, we have the right to succeed, the right to our own living, the right to have a family, the right to believe in God, the right to have our own ideas, the right to be safe and secure, and the right to be left alone.
Where do you stand? Help us save the Constitution and restore the American dream. Go to SaveMyFreedom.com.
Brought to you by the American Media Council.
Rich is just a really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range. Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll on the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich, no. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
This is America Matters Media on AM 1180 KCKQ, a Lotus broadcast station. The power of radio since 1967.
Unable to listen to the whole show? A recording of today's program will be available later today. Visit americamatters.us and click on the podcast link. Now back to the show.
And we're back for the fourth and final segment of City Talk, and it's About Town Deb. It goes so quick. There's a lot on break. You probably saw beautiful Emily, her expressions of excitement and joy and So we're going to have to, we don't want you to miss out on that. So Jackie, we're going to let you go back to it because whatever you said, you got her going. So I want to hear a little bit about that. And I want to make sure we get the websites out before it gets to the end. And the very last thing, I don't want to forget. So Jackie, congratulations to you and Clay. You guys are the dream couple of Reno. I feel like we all are part of your family. And Jackie and Clay had this most amazing my first virtual wedding. And Jackie did it up right. And I was just honored to be a part of it. So I want to congratulate you on air to know that we all adore you. And thank you for sharing your story. And our stories, and Emily knows all about stories. Emily writes stories. She's an amazing writer. And so is Jackie. So thank you for sharing your love story with us. And we can't wait to see how it continues and where it goes. I just want to be sure that you knew how much we love you and appreciate you. And then Emily, we cannot finish without you explaining what day 97 is, because people who maybe not follow you, can you just do a little tidbit before we go on? Because this is a big deal.
I don't know what day 97 is. Every single day I've shared one random weirdo fact from my day. Today's been so normal. Now, probably it'll happen after we hang up.
Okay.
But people can stay tuned to Facebook to find out day 97.
And so where do they find you on Facebook to follow you?
It's Emily Skyle, SKYLE -Golden, GOLDEN. Sometimes I'm up to 5,000. So if I am, I can't take more friends, but you can just hit follow and I'll still see your goodies and you'll still see my goodies. So it's all good.
No, thank you for
that. We don't get to see your goodies.
Not those.
Not those goodies.
No,
but we're just because Emily has actually been inside her town. Is it a townhouse? She's been inside, and she's like in Arlington Tower. She like watches over the city, so she's like our amazing news reporter. If anything's going on, she's been reporting for years to us. Like, okay, what's happening down the river, Emily? And she's a reporter. So we have our own reporter in our town, our private Emily reporter. So you have to check out her. She's got a website as well. And I just know we're going to run out of time, but I want to thank you now, Emily, so that doesn't happen. What's the website to get your free pass before we forget?
Okay, so why don't I just give a summary really quick then?
There you go.
So we talked a lot about movies in the park, but Cordillera International Film Festival itself is a 4-day film festival, and we're doing it hybrid. So Thursday night, we have a very small socially distanced reception for the filmmakers that are coming into town. Very small, very intimate. Friday, we have 2 screenings at the drive-in where people can watch films at the drive-in. The first one for movies in the park, short films. Then a second one. We'll have 2 more screenings Saturday nights, 2 that Saturday, also at El Rancho. But for the 4 full days, people can actually watch what we're calling Cordillera Streams, which is a virtual version of the physical festival we normally have. So that grand jury that we talked about, they've all committed to doing panels. So just to give you a few names, Peter Menzies Jr., he's our chairman. He's a local, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Expendables, Miss Congeniality, Shooter, incredible. Simon West, Con Air, Laura Croft, Tomb Raider. He did the Rick Astley video that everyone gets rickrolled on, and I know he doesn't want us to mention that one, but that's also amazing. Brian Curry, he wrote Green Book and won the Oscar. He had 17 grand jury members, and almost all of them are Academy members, which is just incredible. We have Benny Boom. He did All Eyes on Me, does the Nicki Minaj videos. So we have emerging voices, history, people that have literally inspired filmmakers. So you can watch those jury panels and hear stories about some of your favorite films in history. Last of Mohicans. We've got Bruce Beresford, who's Driving Miss Daisy. So I won't keep going on that, but the grand jury is unbelievably impressive. And
can I interrupt real fast on that? So Emily's a witch, and she has these ideas of what she wants, a good witch. And we're in the middle of a global pandemic, and film festivals are not doing well right now around the country for obvious reasons. Emily's like, well, no, we're going to do well. And then she just decides, and then she wills it, and she makes it happen. And we have this amazing, amazing grand jury, amazing people picking the films. Why did I lose the word? Programmers.
Our programmers, yeah.
And it's just extraordinary that this is happening again in Reno, but Cordillera Streams.
Oh yeah, so Cordillera Streams, people can get two things. They can either buy a pass, an all access pass. They would go to CIFFNV.org. That's Cordillera International Film Festival, NV.org, just the abbreviation, because you can't pronounce it, don't expect you to spell it. So that's why we have that. And then they can buy an all access pass for the film festival. It's only $50, or for $50, you can become a Red Carpet Club member, which gives you access and discounts to swag bags, everything for the entire year. Normally, it's a much higher price. Our festival passes are usually, $100 to $500. So, but because we know we're hybrid, we have limited live screenings. We really wanted everyone to still see this incredible programming and have access to this overwhelming grand jury. I am so stupid giddy over the people that are going to be watching these films and participating in the festival. It's overwhelming and humbling, and it's all thanks to our development team, our amazing board. It's just incredible.
But speaking of these people, so it's not just, and I think we talked about this on the break, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself to the audience. It's not just watching films on Cordillera Streams, which is like a Netflix. Like you watch this like with your Roku or Apple TV. It's watching the films and then watching interviews and conversations with the filmmakers.
Yeah,
so,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, opportunity to hear them talk about what they were thinking, what their vision was, why they made these films that they did. And that's, as much as I love movies, that's the best part, is watching the filmmakers talk about their movies.
Yeah, I think it gives you so much insight. And also when you fall in love with a project, when a film inspires you as a human, or you have so many memories of watching it as a kid, it's pretty epic to get to talk to the human that made it. and get that connection. It's not a common opportunity. How many of us have ever been able to talk to the people who created our favorite movies? It's just not normal. And so we are beyond thrilled to bring it. Oh, we have 2 free kid programs for Boys and Girls Club kids. Oh. And we've decided to open it up to children as a whole in the region. So they will be free broadcasts, and you'll have to head to our website. July 1st is when you'll find everything on the website. We have to wait to make official announcements. So.
Oh, well, it sounds like there's quite a few special surprises. So we really need to follow, and we can also follow the Facebook page as well, correct?
Yes.
So
Instagram, yeah.
And I will be sharing all your stuff on my page.
Thank you.
So if you go to About Town Deb as well, it'll be all over my page. I'm excited. I'm hoping to even go with Eric, and if I can feel better by Saturday and do like a trial run or Friday, like go there and set up and kind of show how cool it is.
It's next Friday. You're going to be.
I know, but I want to go do a practice one.
Oh, you want to? Okay.
So I can show you that how easy it is. You just pull in. I thought it would be, me. I like to actually do something fun with it. So if I can somehow get myself movable farther than the couch to the couch, I will definitely do that. So once again, we have 3 minutes. I want to be sure, is there any last minute tidbits that either one of you want to get out?
I think it's, most of our information will be on Facebook. I think we're just so thrilled and thankful and grateful for our town to be able to continue with Movies in the Park. And we are hoping everyone can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and our Facebook page is Cordillera International Film Festival. Our website is ciffnb.org. Thank you so much for having us on.
Oh, I'm excited. And Jackie, I want you to give a little plug to your Just the Positive.
Oh, JustThePositive.com is a website that we made at the Estepona Group. We actually launched it last year, just so much negativity in the world. And we said we need one place that has all these positive stories. And so it's a celebration of people, places, things in Northern Nevada. It's very local that are doing amazing things. And then in March this year, so it was our 1 year anniversary, pandemic hit, and all of a sudden we really, really needed positive things. And so we shifted, and we're covering a lot of different organizations and people, including Debbie, who are, like you said, Reno is amazing what people are doing. Things go bad and we step up. And so we're celebrating those people, justthepositive.com.
Yeah, so please check that out. And speaking of Just the Positive, Together We're One Heart Bands, you can go to my website, abouttowndeb.com, and we are reminding everybody that we are together, and we're also sharing positive thoughts, and we just want to spread the love and spread the joy and just be happy and show kindness. So I want to thank you guys so much for being on the show. And I need to have you back, because I know Emily for sure has tons of fun stories, and I'm sure Jackie does as well. We were hoping to have more time to go into a little bit of the fun stuff, but we will do that again. Next week, I'm going to be talking to Corey and Tim with Giver Marketing, and they're going to be telling some stories as well, and they like to promote businesses that are giving back. And I really am. You know me, I always try to promote and give back. So we're going to be doing that, and it's that time. I don't want to have to say goodbye to you guys, but I love you, and really thank you both from the bottom of my heart for continually giving back to Reno and beyond. And Emily, thank you for bringing your spunk and your spirit and your talents and your writing and producing skills.
I'm Andrew Saul, Commissioner of Social Security. I'm here to warn you about telephone scammers pretending to be government employees. Some of these scammers may say threatening things like you will be arrested if you don't make payments